Welcome Commodore 64 friends to issue 31 of FREEZE64, which features Zybex on the front cover. And in this issue we chat to its programmer Kevin Franklin and also its musician Adam Gilmore. So let's have a quick look inside. There's the contents page, which we call the loading page, and there's a picture of Adam Gilmore in his younger years. Then we have our introduction page, which is our found page introducing you to the issue, and then our main feature, which is all on Zybex. So I have a play with the game, have a bit of a review, and then as usual I start hacking the graphics. So that's all the sprites within the game. Quite a lot of sprites. It says at the top there how many sprites. 218 sprites within the game. Then you've got the character set, and then we start hacking the game itself. Moving on to the Mouldy Cupboard, which features a game, an old Commodore 64 game from out of my Mouldy Cupboard upstairs. This game, funnily enough, is programmed by one of my all-time favourite Commodore 64 programmers, Jason Perkins, and I had no idea that this was his game. I literally plucked it out of the Mouldy Cupboard, and then when I loaded it up it said by Jason Perkins, and lo and behold it is, it's by Jason. So a bit of a retrospective look at Jason's game, I think his first ever game. Then Diary of a Game, which is our regular feature with the great Steve Collins, and so these are diary entries that he produced back in 1989 but were never published. And so we're going through those. This is part 6. And then Bits and Bytes, a bit of game news. A Game in the Making, Brick's Revenge by Stuart Garnham. Then the lovely Julian Rignall zaps back to the April edition of Zap 64 1986. That's issue number 12. So there's the front cover there. And he talks about Zoid, because Zoid was the only game that was given a sizzler in that issue, and there's the actual review itself. And so Julian has a chat about that. Then we have Secret Squirrel, Something Hidden Within the Game Nutcracker by Software Projects, and then Something Hidden Within Thing on a Spring. Then we have our main feature, which is an interview with Kevin Franklin. So a bit of a story with regards to getting hold of Kevin. I did try to get hold of Kevin because I knew I was going to or want to do Zybex as a cover feature, but I couldn't get hold of Kevin, but I could get hold of Adam Gilmore. So I did the interview with Adam Gilmore, which is brilliant, which you'll see in a second. And then I thought, no, I still need Kevin Franklin because he actually coded the game. It would be good if I got hold of him. And then I realised that one of my previous interviewees, who's Mick Headley, he knew Kevin. So I emailed Mick and said, any chance you could ask Kevin if I could interview him, please, for FREEZE64? And within a couple of days, we got it all sorted out. And Kevin worked with me to get this fab interview. It really is great. It is long. The original interview is longer, a little bit more in depth, and there's a little bit more bite to the original interview, but we cut it down, made it a little bit more reader friendly. And here is the interview itself, which is fab, which is just a great addition to the issue. Then moving on to level skipping, which is me having a bit of fun creating some crazy hacks for software project games. And what these allow you is, if you load up Crazy Balloon and enter in these pokes here, it allows you to press the Commodore key and it will skip level. Same with Nutcracker, same with Dinky Doo, and same with Thruster. So literally load the game, load Nutcracker, freeze it, enter the pokes, unfreeze the game, and it will code in the Commodore key for you just to tap as the game's playing, and it will skip level. That simple. Lucia playing for the first time. So this is my daughter Lucia, who I tasked to select one of my Commodore 64 tapes and play through it and give it a review, which I said I would produce in FREEZE64. Now, I let her look through a load of my tapes, and she plucked out Mad Nurse because she said, "Oh, that looks fun. I like the look of that." So we loaded it up, and she genuinely loved this game. She loved the idea of the babies running around and having to pick them up and pop them back in the cot. She actually played really well. She got to about level 6 on I think it was her second go. And to be honest with you, I remember playing this for the first time and I couldn't get anywhere. She did struggle a bit, and then I pointed out about the fire button is the kind of gas that freezes the babies for a second. But anyway, this may be a regular feature. It's not going to be in the next issue. I've already nearly finished the next issue. She hasn't done one for the next issue, but possibly issue 33. Then on to Thank You for the Music, Adam Gilmore. So this is Adam Gilmore, the musician that produced the tune for Zybex, which is our cover feature, but also Blinky's Scary School, Demon Blue, Draconis, Elvira, PSI Droid, Trolls, and so on and so forth. A great interview here with the great man himself. And look, there he is there with a load of pink hair. So we chat to him about his days producing music for the Commodore 64. Then our exclusive Pokes and Codes, which are unpublished Pokes and Codes. So we rip into Endless Form's Most Beautiful, which is just such a fantastic game. And I may do something on that soon. And also Chaos Generator and Chopper Command. And then our final page is My Commodore 64 Heaven with Stefan. And then, as always, on the back cover, we have an advert, and this time round it's Ice Blocks by Carl Hornell, which has been released by Cytronic. And there's a bit of a story behind this, because I interviewed Carl, and then Carl said, oh, I'm producing another Commodore 64 game, or I'm working on one, which was a Scuttlebutt. And then he said he wanted to release Ice Blocks as a physical release. And I said, oh, I got a friend who'll release it for you, who was Ken's at Cytronic. And so I went to Ken's and said, Ken's, do you fancy releasing Scuttlebutt? By mistake, I said Scuttlebutt via Cytronic. And Ken's wasn't too sure, which is, obviously quite rightly so. And then I went back to Carl Hornell and I said, Carl, I don't think Ken's wants to release Scuttlebutt. And he said, no, not Scuttlebutt, Ice Blocks. I went, oh yeah, Ice Blocks. And so I went back to Ken's and I said, no, Ice Blocks. I want to release Ice Blocks. And Ken said, yeah, it'd be great. And so I put them two together, as I did do with Man Cave as well. I put Chris, who programmed Man Cave, Chris Stanley, together with Ken's, and we got Man Cave released as a physical game. So anyway, so this is issue number 31 of FREEZE64. Subscribers get a free sticker, one of these vinyl stickers, which comes free with their issue, and then also everybody gets one of these new Christmas subscription gift deal leaflets that go in there. And so that's it. That's issue number 31 of FREEZE64. Hope you enjoy it.